it might be a bit early for Halloween, but I've been challenged, and it's one of those Challenge Tracy video series, to do a geode effect in an eco casting powder. So we're going to do that using my new skulls. Aren't they great? Right, there's a set of 4. These are from Let's Resin, by the way. Thanks very much, Let's Resin, for sending them to me. So we've got skulls. They're to make coasters, so there's the base as well. Now, what I'm planning to do is do on camera one and the base, because obviously it'll take me a while to do all of them, and you don't want to sit through that being repeated over and over and over, do you? We've got some colours. These are an assortment of nice orangey colours from Homeware Designs. They are on Etsy. I'll put your link for those as well down in the video description, along with the link for these. I think they're really cool. We've got some foil. We've got some shiny stuff, sparkly things of different sizes. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun trying to do a geode effect as well as spooky. Now, the reason I've gone for these is because, well, yeah, it's Halloween coming up soon, and Let's Resin had kindly sent me these, but also because I've only ever done like pale coloured geode type things using the eco resins. So I thought we'd try something a bit more colourful. So that's what we're doing. And the eco resin I'll be using, I've run out of Magic Pour, so I shall be using my Eco Pour, which is the one from Apex. Right, here's our pieces. Let's get stuck in. We've got pots. These are all, I'm using recycled pots. I think Mum has these yogurt. Got a feeling these are a little trifle. They're Mum's kitchen leftover pot things. Anyway, so we're going to be mixing up a number of colours. Don't know whether I'm going to have white or not, but we're going to try like a marbled effect to try to get that geode effect going. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is get some like sparkly mica powders and flakes and things like that down on here. So, and then put some crystals in. And the idea is it will create like a big cavity, like there's a geode inside the thing that we're making. Right, where's my little brush gone? So, first thing we're going to do is get a little bit of mica powders on. And what I've got here is some of the chrome ones from Let's Resin. So I thought we'd have a little bit of this. And what I want to do is just pat it around the centre area, roughly, like so. Because, yeah, we're going to try and do like the brain area. Now, eco casting powders, such as the Eco Pour that I'm going to be using, Magic Pour, Aquacast, all of those, eco casting powders don't tend to really stick to them. So you just get like we'll get just a bit of this, we'll come up with it. Let's do this as well. I think I might be putting too much. I was going to put all the different colours, but I've kind of gone a bit too mad with this one. I suppose I could take some off, couldn't I? Actually, let's do that. Let's get a bit of tape. Little technique hired by Wendy from Team Pish Crafts. Just scrunch up a bit of tape so it's all nice and rough and go like that. And you'll lift patches. So let's do a bit of that till your tape gets covered. I kind of want it to be a bit irregular, not too worried in the base, because it's kind of going to be, it's a bit bigger to play with anyway, isn't it? So I'm just lifting a bit off here and there, so it'll be all patchy. That's the idea. There. And then we're going to put in, clean my brush off. I have got a proper brush cleaner. Somebody told me recently, they do a proper brush cleaner too. Yeah, I know. I just can't. I'm just not that organised. So that'll give that a bit of variation. And like I said, not all of it will stick to the mould anyway. Stick to the the casting powder anyway. So, gosh, it's going everywhere. I'm making a mess. I just want something to be like coming through where we put the sparkle. Now, when we tip the sparkle out afterwards, to get the surplus out, because not all of the sparkle, by sparkle I mean all these, they're like glass chippy bits and things like that. When we go to get those out, we'll lose some of those. And it should leave like a textured finish. Right, I'm going to just take some of that out like that. I've made a mess. Of course I've made a mess. I was making a blinking mess. Sparkly mess. Right. Next thing we're going to do is start putting in the textured stuff. Now, last time I did this, I put the chunkier stuff in first. I think this time I might go for the finer stuff. So for that, I don't know whether I'm going to use the flakes. Possibly not. Let's go straight in with some of these. And this is a fine gold glass chunks bit stuff. So I'm being quite generous with it because I want to end up with quite a crater in it. Now, when I shake this out afterwards, then obviously we're going to end up with a big mixed pot of sparkles that I can just use again. But they'll be mixed. So there's some of that. Then I think I want some mirror chunks. So there's a mirror glass, just crushed mirror glass. That's all that is. Because when some of this falls out, you'll be able to see to what's it's the layer that I've put on after. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but I'm having a go. Right, so a bit more of the gold, only this time it's a little bit chunkier. So I'm running out of this one. And what we should get is only a bit of that powder is going to show through, hopefully. And then I've got these just shiny flakes. So let's go quite liberal with those. I think they're mylar flakes. I'm hoping that we'll get bits here and there that'll sparkle through, even aside from where we're doing the crystal bit. Let's have a little bit down around his face. There we are. And finally, we've got a bit of a really dark glitter called Mr. Hanky from Jam Pot Glitter. So we're just going to sprinkle a bit of that around. How much of this will show through, I don't know, but I just thought it might give a bit of a dark backdrop and also some speckliness here and there to some of the other stuff that's going on in here. So, don't know. We'll see. But the idea was kind of to have a brain. Something like that anyway. Right, we're going to mix up the Eco casting powders now. Now I'm going to be using, like I said, Eco Pour. I've got lots of pots. Let's pull these out of the way. Didn't use any of the foil in the end, did I? Oh well. I've got lots of pots. Lots of pots. And yeah, we're going to get mixing. Now what I want to do is mix up several of these colours and then we're going to try and drizzle them round to make like a kind of a geode effect. So let's get mixing. Timing with this is going to be a bit crucial because obviously Eco Pour cures really fast. Sorry. This is a 3 to 10 mix. Now I don't know whether I'm going to use all of these colours, but I think this will give me plenty mixed up so we can see how we go. In fact, that's the last bit in that bag. Right, now I've got to decide which colour goes in each and mix quite quickly. So let's start at this end. I'm going to make up my 3 to 10 mix, so it's 10 parts powder, 3 parts water. There's one. I've mixed them a little bit thin actually. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to use all of these, but I think we'll just go for the 4 for now. I'm just getting a bit concerned about them starting to cure. So first of all, let's go in with, we've got our vivid orange, haven't we? That's that one. These pigments are specifically for this sort of medium, by the way. I won't kid you, that is vivid, isn't it? Right, next one. Let's go for pumpkin spice. That's kind of a gotta be, hasn't it? As we're making like a Halloween make. Let's put quite a bit of that in. I do want these colours to be quite vivid. A bit more in that one, I think. There we go, got like quite a dark orange. Then we've got one called Lippy, and I think the final one will be like a chocolatey brown. I don't think I'm going to go for any white. So this one, as I said, is called Lippy. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Might go for a bit more of that. It's almost like a terracotta colour, isn't it? So that's that one. And there's one fork short. Forks are the easy way to mix these sort of mediums, by the way. Or whisks. That's the other one. And then, like I said, I think we want a dark brown. So this one is actually called chocolate. And the end stopped up. Isn't that typical when I'm in a hurry? Should have checked these first. When I say hurry, it's just because these powders have only got so long before you need to crack on and pour them, really. Oh, that's nice. I think that'll give it a bit more. Let's have a bit more powder. I tend to go by consistency rather than weighing it, if I'm honest. Well, it's very chocolatey, isn't it? Right. And I'm not going to worry if I've missed some lumps or anything in this powder. Oops. We're just going to go for it, because if there are lumps, well, they'll add to the effect, won't they? So let's have a little bit in here. I might end up mixing up the fifth one. Don't know how far this is going to go. Now, while we're all here, I just want to mention that this is actually a collaboration. Should have mentioned that earlier, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll edit it in afterwards. But yes, this is a collaboration. This is one of the Challenge Tracy ones. And this time it has come from Sandy. I'll put the link to Sandy's channel down below. Do go and have a look. She's a talented, talented artist. And I know you're going to love it. And I'm dying to see what she's done. Because the theme was just her challenge was to make a geode type thing using an eco casting powder. So I think so far I may have ticked the box. I'm going to stir this up afterwards a bit as well. You know, put some kind of like lines in it. But this is starting to set up, so I need to crack on really. So I really wanted to get some kind of shape and pattern to it, and I wanted to use different colours to what I normally do for this sort of thing. And yeah, with Halloween coming up, it seemed like a good idea to go this route. And oh, this is really starting to thicken now. So I'm going to have to get in here and swirl a bit, because I don't think this is going to go all the way through the make. And also, as you can see, for the base and the sides, I'm nowhere near full. Might have been easier if I'd just done a marble pour, mightn't it, to start with? But I just wanted to kind of try this and see. I don't know how much this is going to come through the other side, you see. That's the thing. Now, I'm going to get, while this is still doing its thing, I'm going to get my stick in there and kind of... Now, obviously, if I go into the middle too much, it's going to disturb all the sparkles I've put in there. But I kind of wanted to do a bit of like so. See if we can get like a round and round geode effect. Same over here, but I need to mix up a lot more to go in here. So I'm going to just crack on and do that. And I think I want a lot more of the pumpkin spice in the base. And I'm going to make that quite strong. And I think I can top that up a bit too. There we go. Now notice I've not done any sieving or anything. With a modern casting powder, you shouldn't need to sieve it. It should just mix. And you shouldn't need to do too much bashing either to get the bubbles out. Just a little bit of that. Should release any bubbles you've got lurking anywhere. Hopefully. And I'm just filling this up, and I'm going to end up scraping it off the top. So I'm just getting a bit worried that time's cracking on. And this stuff's starting to cure. Because that's what it does. It cures fast. So what I'm going to do now is just go across the tops where the joins are. We're going to push it down like so. Any surplus will just snap off afterwards anyway. But I just want to get it all filled up. Don't ever panic if you flood over the top. I have got a bit still left in my pot, so if this doesn't prove to be enough, then that's okay. I've got a bit left still. It's not far off actually, is it, by the time it's flowed down into the recesses? Yeah, it's there, isn't it? So I've got a little... No, I haven't got any. I haven't got much left, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that now. Find something to put it in. Right, I'll see you later and we'll clean all this mess up and we'll see what's happened with this. And I'll show you how you then take out as much of the crystal that wants to come out. It won't be all of it. But I will see you later. Okay, let's demold. I've been naughty and demolded this bit first. Haven't turned it over. I haven't looked, I promise. Anyway, it then occurred to me I need to get a piece of paper, because I'm going to end up with a load of sparkly bits that don't stick to the casting powder, and I'll end up with being able to tip it into a little pot. So all I've done is I've gone round like this, round the edges, just taken off any stuff that went over the sides of the mould, or most of it, leaving less to clean up afterwards. So that's the idea anyway. Now let's start demoulding. You see, so some of it's still in there. Let's look at the base first, because I'm hoping that the skull's going to be the best bit. As you can see, the mould is taking with it all that overspill. You see how you can just break it away like that. Well, it's still in the mould. It just comes away. Any that doesn't, we can poke it afterwards, and it will. So you see what I mean? Some of it's just still stuck to the mould, but that looks like quite a lot of it. has stuck. That's going to be my spare Halloween sprinkle, isn't it? There we are. I'm going to get them all out and then we'll look at them. Should we do it like that? Put that out. Sorry if you hear the cat shoot past. He's just shot through the cat flap like his bottom's on fire. So a little bit to pop off there. I did the same with this. I just went around the edges while it was still in the mould, just pushing off the majority of the overpour. So you see, look, some of that's come off, still stuck to the mould. Right, let's do them in order, because I'm going to end up with a pot of Halloween sprinkle, aren't I, here? Look, that's worked. You see, you've got the shine. Mic has actually stuck surprisingly well. I'm just going to find a brush, actually. Stuck surprisingly well to the casting powder, but there's quite a lot will come off. Casting powder just isn't sticky. It's just if it can grab around it, and you should end up with like a crumbled away, bits broken away, very textured. I don't know who invented this technique with the casting powders. The first time I saw it was Sally at All Aboard Resin. Anyway, I'm dying to see what Sandy has done with this. Don't forget, I'll be putting her link at the end of this video. What's happening is I said I would like to do some one-to-one collaborations with people, as well as the big group ones that we have. Strange white bit there, look. And yeah, just have a bit of fun. And the idea was that they challenge me. Now, I am surprised how well those powders have stuck to that surface. I really didn't think they would. So Sandy, thanks for challenging me to one I thought I could actually do, but it has, that's why it's the back of the mirror bits, isn't it? But it has actually given me the opportunity to do something, colours I wouldn't usually use. Now, what I might do with the back of these mirror bits, where you've got the white actually showing, I might get a gold marker and attack those. I think that might be a good idea, mightn't it? I've got some really nice gold markers. But I'm surprised how little of this is actually coming off. And also, because there's a shiny mould, the actual casting powder, the Eco Pour, has actually gone shiny too. Right. Cross everything, folks. Oh, yeah. Except I was hoping more of that would come away. So I'm going to get something sharp. It's a tatty old pair of... Oh, you are kidding me. You see, it can go wrong for all of us. It's not Halloween enough for me anyway. Right, I'm not actually overly happy with that. I was hoping to have more of the sparkle show through. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remake it. Let's, in the meantime, scoop this into a pot and I shall go and be annoyed with myself. Oh, I am annoyed with myself. I really am. Here we go again. Tell you what we do this time. Shall we try doing it like a dirty pour? Because what I did actually work with this didn't really blend and mix so well with this guy, did it? So, yeah. Let's put our sparkles in. Whole process again. What are you doing, little cat? He's lurking still. Right. So, what did we do first? We put the micas on first, didn't we? So I think I did it's that really sparkly one, wasn't it? The gold chrome powder. Maybe do it a bit more patchy this time too. Because I ended up taking some off last time, didn't I? Blob it around a bit, take it a bit further out this way. I think this time too. Let's have a bit of this one. That was that, wasn't it? And then we put the small spot. That's it, we went up the sizes, didn't we? I'm trying to remember what I did. Go up the sizes. Let's start with the small stuff. We put a lot more this time, I think. Then it was the mirror chunks, wasn't it? And it is the mirror chunks. I've had a closer look. It is the white look on the back of these mirror chunks that's showing through. So I'm going to, I'll colour those as I suggested I would. I've got my gold marker pen. We can do that. Then we had some of the white sparkle. I wish I could remember where I got this from. It's ever so nice. But it is just, it's just mylar flakes, I'm sure. I'm going to cover the whole thing a bit more, I think, this time. Now I know how nice they look. I can stick them down onto the silicone. Then, what was finally, was the Mr. Hanky glitter. wasn't it? So we're going to do a bigger area this time, and I'm sprinkling the glitter a bit more liberally as well. Right, let's see what happens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up just as white, and then we'll put some drips of the colour in. So I've mixed it up quite thick this time. Just trying to make sure I've got it all mixed in properly. And the reason I've mixed it that little bit thicker is because we're going to do this instead. Always have a pin at the standby, by the way. These little bottles do block, even if you put the lid on. So, big blob of that colour. Big blob of the vivid orange. Oh, for goodness. How many times does that need to happen to me before I realise that I really should take that plastic ring off? Blob of the vivid orange. A little bit of the chocolate. I think a bit more of the vivid orange, actually. There we go. So we should have, if I now just do kind of this, see? Not really mixing it in at all. We should have an entirely different effect. And I hope that comes through to the underneath. Have I made too much? No, I don't think so. Don't think so. Now, did I put enough of the colour? I'm not sure. But if this works, I should be doing a whole set like it, so I hope so. Here we are. Hey, let's see how that comes out then. Right, I'll see you later. Just going to do a little bit of this. Not too much because I don't want to mess up the marble. And just hope that that's worked. See you later. Now I've made an almighty mess. Let's see what this has come out like. This side has marbled really nice. I'm now wishing I'd done the base like that, but we'll see. Oh, yes. I think we've cracked it. Right, let's get all the bits out again. I'm surprised that middle bit hasn't come out more, to be honest. So let's see if we can... Oh, gosh, it's so hard, this stuff is. Now, my light's just gone off. I think we can manage without. I thought we'd see an awful lot more of the sparkle in the middle. You know, the holes where the bits are. We have got some cavities and things, but I just thought we'd have more of that. Anyway, there we go. I think that's rather awesome, actually, don't you? It is very much a geode effect, I think. Let's try this light again. Annoying thing is it's on charge, so the battery shouldn't be going flat. There we go. Can you see the sparkle? So I think, I mean, these go in like this. Those push in there. I am going to have to sand them a little bit thinner so they go in, I think. But those go in the ends here. Light's gone again. Here we go. Those go in the ends here. And then your schools, I presume, just sort of sit into the slots like that, which is amazing. So I probably made them a little bit thick to go into the slots. But what do you think, everyone? Well, behind the scenes, I'm going to make another set. I'm also going to go around these edges with a nail file to smooth off the bits and pieces. And then we'll get some glamour shots done. I have been going around the bits where the white showed through. Sorry about the light. It's really annoying, that is. But you can see where there's a few white bits showing through. So what I have been doing is just going around with a gold marker pen. It's the back of those. It is the back of the crushed mirror glass. So just doing a little bit of that here and there, I think has worked. Now, of course, we can go around the edge of the whole thing, but with gold. But look, wouldn't it be a shame to lose that? So, time for some glamour shots. Don't forget, at the end of this video, there will be a link to Sandy's half of this collaboration. So please do go and look. She's a very talented artist. It was her idea for us to team up and have a go at doing the geode effect in an eco casting powder. I think I'm quite pleased with that. Right, go and watch Sandy's next. I'll see you over there in her chat. I think she's setting it as a premiere to go live straight after mine. If so, I will put you the link. Either way, for those of you watching it later, the link will be at the end of this video up here. So I'll see you there.